Yeah, you're gonna be a good girl. Sis and I need to get a chair for Sis. I mean, I know that's kind of a low rack, but you can sit on the bed too. And that's good. I can get the screen. I'll fall asleep. Why are you not talking? If you want to say who you are, you could just say your name. Okay. I see Joan Dotson. Oh my, looks like we're recording, so you two better be good.
Today, you are going to be playing Dracula in a local.
I am going to forewarn you. I think you might notice on your screen that we are recording. Not that I'm nervous that anything will happen. I just was a little mildly surprised. Hold on, I got to grab a couple people waiting.
Good to know.
I know. Well, and Kate set up the meetings with different parameters, which is totally fine. But all of a sudden I was like, oh, well, you know, I've got to say okay things or not too many things. But anyway, so here we are. So of course, you've got your names, you know all the things. Hi, Grace Brecky. I don't see your beautiful face, but I know you're here. Grace Brecky. Do you not have your video on today, lady?
No.
I see a Nishaya and a Joan. Hi, hi.
Can you hear me?
Grace? Yeah, I can hear you.
Our internet isn't working very well, so if I turn my video on.
Right. Well, that is extremely a good idea. And I had heard that tip ages ago that if you see a thing that comes across that says your internet's unstable, to just pop your video off, and it does really help. Right. Right. Did you have like internet glitches when you did online school? I mean, did you survive that, Grace?
Our internet has been really bad.
Oh.
So it's just been in and out this whole time.
Right. So you pretty much just have to kind of live with it. Hi, Liza.
Hi.
Oh, and I should, as I did Karen and Joan and Nishaya as they stepped in, we are recording this meeting. So just be duly warned, be forewarned. I'm not sure for what, but by protocol, they say we should just tell everybody quite often that it's being recorded so they know. So it's a good thing.
Yes. Please.
Might have surprised me. Hey, looks like you got a friend. The show is over.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And forgive me, I'm starving, so
Are you?
I'm nonstop, so I'm eating pizza.
Right, just means you'll have to feed us pizza on the trip.
Okay, I can do that.
I've had a couple of noon meetings this past week that finally I got to the point where I'm like, yes, I need to like shut off my video. Oh, there's my daughter who's coming on the trip too.
Okay.
Tending to the geriatric dogs. Okay. No, I had lunch meetings. So you get to the point where you're like, yeah, I can't wait till 1:30. So we are doing this now.
Right.
All right, Kate and Jake are coming in. We're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Jake, double Jake. Oh, you look so comfy. Are you in your bedroom? Where do you decide to Zoom today, Jake?
I am zooming from the basement.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I love that the apparel is like ready to go too.
Yes. Kate, my guess is, Kate, that you did know that we are recording, right? That's what you wanted.
Yes, I was hoping to record the meetings just because if there's questions or things we talk about, then we can refer back to, remember in this meeting.
Right. Okay. All of a sudden it popped on. I was like, all the things were happening. I'm like, oh my gosh. Karen and Joan were coming in. I'm like, okay, watch out, you two.
I'm really
We're being
impressed.
recorded. Say nothing.
Within a minute because I was like, it'll probably be like 12:05.
Well, it's all right. I am watching the waiting room. I am going to update my name just because Elise is here with me behind me.
Yeah. Cool, cool.
Mm-hmm. Joan said she was having a bite to eat, so we forgive her.
Yeah. That's all good. I'm like
and
eating
then,
lunch as well.
Kate, when you have time, I need you to come to my house and show me how to put all this on my TV like you did when we had that meeting. I bought all the equipment, but I can't get it to work.
Oh,
And here
So-
you sit in the basement. That's
So,
brutal.
in the basement, I was hoping to be watching it on TV instead of my little iPad, but Kate must have the special trick. I got the connector for my
Special trick.
iPad, I got the cable for my TV, and I still can't get it to work. So so whenever Kate is, oh, and if you're at the office, you might as well just swing on by on your way home.
And sure, I mean, you have borrowed time, Jake. We got that baby. You know, it is going to be 6 weeks.
I know,
That baby's here.
then we know.
Unless
So-
that baby had other ideas, right, Kate? You just never know.
Mhm.
You just never know.
And what are you guys doing this afternoon? Is anybody exercising after work?
No. Oh, no. Jake, are you going to be productive and take care of your
I
health
am-
today?
I'm, I'm almost kind of getting a little bit jealous of, Isaac turning into Mr. Adonis, Mr. Universe.
He's,
Oh,
he's definitely claiming that major at college. Yes,
Yeah.
that's his jam.
he is doing it. And I'm like, I'm about ready just to go over and just go, okay,
Do it. Do
why
it.
don't I just hear you for the next, 60 days and get me on a workout program so I can look buff.
Lisa and I have just given up. We are like, whatevs, have fun today. Have fun
Well,
at the gym, baby cakes.
Wouldn't it be nice to have him as your trainer if he wasn't your relative?
Oh my
Because
God,
he
there's no
felt
way.
so different if you weren't your relative, going, hey, we'll get you guys all fixed up. But no, not mom and my sister. Just get on it. Quit being a bunch of big babies.
I like it when you spend time at the gym, sweetie. Couple, 3 hours. We'll see you,
And it
sweetie.
smells over there better than bringing it home.
Go take care of all your smells at the gym, please. Oh, wait, I gotta get, okay, I've got a Fisky. I'm interested to know who that is. Yes, that must be it.
Niece, Gerda,
What was it? What are your niece? What's the last name, John?
Fisk.
Fisk.
Fit. I spell, is F-I-S-K-E is Fisk, not, oh man, I didn't say that right.
All right.
Whoops. I'll get it right by the next meeting. Great.
Love it, love it. Anyone else in our waiting room? Chris?
I just let the last bit in. You can see most of the people on, right? You're getting an idea? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yep.
And I know Piper Sunvold their computer just died, so she'll be hopping on it when they get it.
Sounds good.
in.
And Grace Brecky is back. I was just gonna note that Grace said their internet's a little dicey, so she might be off video, but, okay.
It's
good.
good.
Looks like we get to see her beautiful face, so that's good for us today.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So, while we're kind of waiting for a few more folks, did anyone have a notification that they were signed up for Remind come across for them for our trip group? I'm just, the notification came across for me. I'm not like the primary contact on it. And so Deacon Chris is, because she's technically leading this trip. So I just want to make sure that she'll be able to send out text reminders to everyone. So
Okay, so just a point of clarification with that question. I didn't get one for today, but was I supposed to get one for today?
I didn't send anything out today.
Okay, because
I don't
Elise and
have
I are like,
access to like group announcements. So I'm gonna go back through and double check.
Okay.
Which honestly is probably why our meeting attendance is slightly low right now, because folks like a good reminder. Typically.
right.
So,
They need a good reminder about the things. That's fine. Yeah, and that's why it's good it's being recorded. So that's helpful. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Well, if there's nobody else in the waiting room, I just thought we would start with a nice, lovely round of introductions today because we don't all know each other very well. And so it's helpful to get to know each other better. And we have several folks who are out of state who are joining us on this trip. So that is why we're using Zoom, because it is the best way for us to connect right now, just so we can see everyone's faces the whole time and get to know each other that way. So what I would like you to share today is your name. If you are a youth, please share your grade with us. If you're an adult, you do not need to disclose your age. If you do not feel comfortable sharing, that's fine. Fine. I always think the more information, the better about people, you know. But you could share maybe your occupation or something that you enjoy doing. And then the two other bonus questions you get, and I'll remind you as we go through, are your favorite ice cream flavor and a movie you would recommend. It's Oscar night tonight. So I'm going to start with my introduction here. My name is Kate Verlatz. I'm setting up this lovely trip. I will not be able to attend because I will be home with a newborn baby. So I'm very excited for that. But I am sad because I love Sky Ranch and I love Colorado and all of the things. And I love you people. So it makes me sad that I can't be there. But I will be there in spirit, maybe with my head on a stick or something fun as well as you're hiking. We'll see how that goes. I'm not in a grade. I will not disclose my age today. But I work here at Trinity as director of high school ministry. And that's one of my favorite things to do because I get to hang out with amazing high school youth and their amazing parents and get to know them better on trips like this. And it is such a joy. And my favorite ice cream flavor is at the Scream in Owatonna or at the Log Cabin store in Danbury, Wisconsin. There is an ice cream flavor called Pirate's Bounty or Pirate's Booty, just depends on where you're at. And it has like M&Ms and fudge and brownie and loveliness in it. So if you're at the Scream in Owatonna, you can stop by there and ask for Pirate's Bounty in a waffle cone, double scoop, I recommend. Highly recommend. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. They are out of it right now. I will say the Mackinac Island fudge is like fine. It's fine. It's not my fave. Movie I would recommend. This year, my husband James and I are super into the Oscars. We always watch every best movie or best director film that gets nominated. Like that's just what we always do together because we are big movie people. And so Oscars are tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. And one of my favorite movies from the year that I am voting for to win was Judas and the Black Messiah. That was a very, very, very good film this year. So lots of good films, of course. But that was, I think, my favorite this year that we watched. So, okay. Let's have Joan and Shia go next. Yay!
You want to go first? I'm Joan Dotson. I am no longer in a grade either. I went to Sky Ranch a lot when I was in 10th grade, but we just did the full backpacking trip back then. And my favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip, always. And I've had it at the Scream now twice. And I don't get ice cream very often, but I was like, we got to go to the Scream because they have hard ice cream, not just soft serve. So bonus for the Scream. And a movie I would recommend. There's this movie called Inside Man. I don't know if you've seen it. It's older, but it's like about this bank robbery, but it just blew my mind all the time. So that's one movie that I can continue to watch. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. down. Anyway, my name's Nashaya, and I'm in 9th grade. I like black cherry ice cream. It's really good. I like that. And A Wrinkle in Time is also a good movie that I like to watch. So,
Yes.
yep.
Good book too.
Yes.
Very good. All right. Let's move to Karen.
I'm Karen Stephenson. I'll decline to share my age and older than high school. I teach preschool at Trinity. I have been on numerous trips, was at Sky Ranch last time we were there, and I see Jake is wearing his sweatshirt from Sky Ranch. I forgot to wear my t-shirt, but let's see, my favorite ice cream, chocolate peanut butter. And good movie. That's hard to think of one. I pretty much watch all the movies that come back on TV over and over, whether it be Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or any of those, especially like series where they continue to develop the characters. So.
Awesome. Love that answer, of course. Because I love those movies. All right. Liza, you're up.
All right. Hi, I'm Liza Drever, and I teach math at Owatonna High School. My son went on the Colorado trip 2 years ago, right? Time is very weird right now. Okay, 2 years ago. And has talked very highly of it, and so I'm excited to go and be a part of it. My favorite ice cream, I love ice cream. It's my favorite food. It's actually the one food I could live off of if I had to choose. And I love soft serve, actually, vanilla soft serve, but my favorite is like the cookie dough from the Blast or the Scream. That's very good. And one movie, I'd like to come up with something like super deep and insightful, but truly when I watch movies, I can't watch them again. Like I fall asleep if I try to watch a movie the second time. And the only movie I've ever been able to watch over and over is Bridesmaids. So that's the one I'm going to go with.
Right. Love it. Love it. Love it. That's good. That's good. All right. Kim Torres, you're up.
Okay, I'm Jake, and I am I'm a little older than high school. I just look really I'm mature but really young. So that's my age. My favorite ice cream is cookies and cream ice cream. So a hard ice cream also. And then a favorite movie is I Can Only Imagine. I love it because it is my favorite movie. It's my favorite song in the whole world, and I love Mercy Me. So it's kind of a threefer. It's one of the things that, believe it or not, is an old song, and I really tie it to my faith, my life, and just everything that has to do with Trinity, because I didn't know there was faith music until I really started coming to church many years ago. So that's me. I am excited for the trip, and I was lucky enough to go a couple of years ago. So I'm very excited to be with all of you, and for the people that I don't know, I'm very excited to get to know you.
Awesome. All right, let's go to Gerda.
I'm Gerda. I'm in 11th grade. Favorite ice cream, I'd have to say, is either cookies and cream or blueberry cheesecake. It's very good. Very hard to find though.
Mm-hmm.
And for a movie I'd recommend, I did not think this through. I have to say the movie Ponyo, because it's just really fun and it captures like a sense of magic that it's hard to find in other movies that I've seen.
Awesome. Love it. All right. Jacob Jensen.
Gotta unmute the thing. Hey, everybody. So yeah, I'm Jacob Jensen. I changed my name just because having two Jakes in a chat is a lot.
Also true.
But you know, Kim Torres isn't too hard, so that's easier. That's easier. I teach. Well, okay, so I've been held back in 7th grade for like 4 years, but they keep letting me teach it. So I'm at the middle school here in Owatonna. This is my first year at the middle school here, so that's a lot of fun. I coach a little bit, so track, and I volunteered with cross country this year too, so that was a lot of fun. And ice cream, love that stuff. The hard ice cream, the praline flavor, so it's like a little bit better than butter pecan. That's really good, so I like that. Maybe mint chocolate chip on a hot summer day. And movie wise, love the Lord of the Rings. Can't get enough of those hobbits. But Star Wars is really good too. So any and all Star Wars.
Great. Awesome. All right. Piper, you're up.
No, ice cream and movie, but I wasn't sure.
Yep. Name, age, and then ice cream movie. Perfect. Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm Piper and I am 15. I'm in 10th grade, and my favorite ice cream flavor is probably chocolate chip cookie dough. I love that so much. And my favorite movie, I don't watch a lot of movies, but my favorite movie for a few years has been Back to the Future. So yeah.
It's great. Great answers. Love it. All right. Grace Brecky.
Okay, so I'm Grace Brecky. I am 17. I'm a junior. My favorite ice cream is vanilla because you can put anything on it and it tastes good. My favorite movie, I've been in love with Mamma Mia ever since I was little. I used to watch that movie every single night before I fell asleep. My mom banned it from the living room TV.
It's a great film. Such a great musical. Oh, my daughter's obsessed with it right now, and it makes me really happy inside. For sure. All right. And finally, but not finally, Elise and Chris.
Okay, I'll start, and then Elise will come in. But I'm Chris. Will be leading the trip. Try to lead the trip for Kate when she's out on maternity leave. Unfortunately for her, I love Colorado. I love camp. I love all the things. So this trip, I'm pumped. But everything about it, I'm super excited about. And I'm not in high school. That's all right. But let me see. My favorite ice cream. Elise used to work at the Scream, and I'd say, "Hey, Elise, bring me home some ice cream that's fruity." Oh, and I like cheesecake, something like that. So I'm channeling my inner Nashaya, and I'm going to say the Scream has this black cherry hard ice cream that is close to heaven. So that's what she brings me, and it's delicious. Okay. And then I need to channel my inner 80s. I loved it when I heard Back to the Future. I said, I really like you. I love 16 Candles. It's a cult classic from the 80s. I can't get enough of. So there is nothing thought-provoking, nothing Jesus is in there, nothing. But it just makes the heart feel good. Okay, now it's Elise's turn.
I'm Elise, obviously. I am not in high school. I'm a teacher in Rochester currently. Favorite ice cream, birthday cake, or chocolate chip cookie dough. The Scream has the best birthday cake ice cream, if anyone was wondering. Favorite movie would have to go with Mamma Mia, like Grace.
Nice.
For a while.
Nice. Oh, if we have to listen to that soundtrack, maybe someone should bring the compact disc. We could put it in the van.
It's happening. It's happening. I love it.
It's in our van number 1. Okay, sorry. Go on.
Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. Well, hey everyone. Super glad you're here. I'm leading us through this first meeting, and then Deacon Chris will probably be taking over after the next meeting. We're only meeting a couple times over Zoom just because number 1, Zoom as we all know, we have Zoom fatigue. It's hard to meet for a long time over Zoom, but because I want to make sure everyone feels included in these meetings, especially for our folks who are out of state, I wanted to make sure that I think this is the best platform. So they start to recognize faces and stuff. A lot of us from Owatonna do know each other and are comfortable with one another, have traveled together before. So we just want to make sure everyone else understands and starts gelling with the group. And this was the best way I thought to do that. And just with where COVID is right now, it's also the safest and healthiest way for our large group to meet, depending on everything going on. So I'm glad we did introductions today. The other couple shorter things I have for this meeting, this will be our shortest meeting probably, just due to content that will happen with the next couple Zoom meetings. My number one reminder is those health forms that are posted on the webpage. You do need a doctor's signature on the health forms. So please, please, please print off those PDFs. They're all on the Sky Ranch webpage at Trinity. So print those off and make sure you schedule your doctor's appointment if you don't have an updated physical or whatever else you need to do for immunizations, etc. Just because that's one of those things that if you don't do it ahead of time and we have to fax in our paperwork 6 weeks in advance to going for their nurse. Sky Ranch does have a full-time certified nurse who is at the camp. So when the group gets there, the nurse is the one who has all of the health forms. That's not left on the adult leader's responsibility to take care of health and wellness stuff. But if you take medication of any kind, that gets turned over to their nurse. So that nurse then is the one that the counseling staff will work with and making sure that you get your medication at the appropriate time of day. They're great. It's just they have to do things by the book there because we're coming in and using their site and their programming. We just really don't willy-nilly handle healthcare stuff. Deacon Chris will have a copy of health forms and insurance. Oh, that was the other thing. Please, if you have the opportunity to copy your insurance card, Jake Torres and I were talking on Wednesday, and Trinity usually requires that with what we usually do for our healthcare form. But because we have the Sky Ranch forms, I'm not having you do another healthcare form because it's a lot of paperwork, as you saw. So if you get the opportunity to copy your healthcare card, that would be super helpful if you have health insurance. If not, just message me privately about that, etc. Just so in the event of an emergency, etc., we can make sure that we have all your information. So because once you're at Sky Ranch staff will take care of a health crisis if need be. But if we're on the road, Deacon Chris or another adult leader will be accompanying a youth or an adult to the doctor, hospital, etc. if we're on the road. So that has never happened to me, knock on wood, that I've needed to use any type of health form on a trip. I have had to on plenty of weekend retreats. So even if you're going for one night, it's important to have that information down. We just want to be able to take the best care of you as adults and the best care of you as youth possible. So Sky Ranch, like I said, has a plethora of paperwork that they need to have us fill out. I did not see in their work like the COVID release form that the camp has. I need to email and ask about that because they mentioned that paperwork. So there might be one more form to fill out that I will let you know about very soon. But I've got to check back in with them for their COVID release stuff. At the next meeting too, we'll go over what the camp has talked about for COVID safety and then kind of discuss what this group wants to do COVID safety wise as well while we travel together. So Deacon Chris and I are going to meet more about that and come up with a game plan for our group. So where that's a tabled conversation until next time. So if you do have questions about that, next time is a great time to just table that for right now. And we'll talk about all of that health wise at the next Zoom meeting. So like I said, again, all that health paperwork, if you are, have asthma, there's the asthma care plan. They have some very stringent healthcare paperwork that they really want you to fill out. Because we are in the mountains, right? Breathing is different. How your body moves is different. How your body functions is different, because even with basic things like going to the bathroom and making sure that you, number two, to use words delicately, can be an issue when you're in the mountains. So that's what happened last time, is we had a student that had some work he needed to do. And so you have to be open and honest with how you feel, because otherwise we're not able to take the best care of you. And that's adults, that goes for you too. I'm just like having a partner that you're like, I'm just having a little trouble. Please give me an extra minute, right? Just so we're all on the same page with stuff. Is super great. And their nurse is super great with all of that as well. So we just want to make sure everyone stays happy and healthy. So that's why we've got all of that paperwork. All right. I think I talked about paperwork enough. My next thing that I want to share today is the Giving Tree. So our Giving Tree fundraiser has launched here at Trinity. How this works is you guys all have some work on your end. This is adults and youth. If you can be diligent about reaching out to family, friends, coaches, mentors, coworkers, etc., you can go on the Giving Tree website. It's www.tlcowatonna.org/thegivingtree. There is information there for you to fill out for summer prayer partner requests. That's one of the things we do here at Trinity, is each youth and adult who travels with us gets a summer prayer partner. They can go to the website and fill that out. And then we write a nice thank you note at the end of our trip to our prayer partners. But that's half the way things happen around here are through God's grace and prayer of how we leave and where we go and why we have such an incredible time. The second part of that is how the Giving Tree works is we're asking you, like I said, to contact family, friends, anybody that you know. I have a list on a PDF of an example of what you can do. I'm going to send that around tomorrow in an email for you. So you've got a script to be asking folks, but it's just going online and donating between $5 to $100, whatever that person feels comfortable with, because the money is all going to go into a general pot, I say, and then everybody going on the trip will benefit from that. So a really easy way for everyone traveling this summer to get some extra cash towards their trip. It all gets divided out evenly, and that will come in your financial statement in May. So everybody gets a little bit of that, and it goes a long way. We've already had donations coming in. So that website launched on Saturday. So the Trinity congregation gets to participate in that. But also it's really on you to reach out and say, I would really love it if you would help me with this summer experience. And like I said, then they have the opportunity to become a prayer partner as well, which is super fun. So I'm going to send that in an email coming around tomorrow. So you've got a script of what you can say. I always say a personal ask goes a mile versus a generic email, because raise your hand if you have ignored 90 emails in the last 3 days, because it's noise now, right? So if you phone call somebody and say, hey, I'm going to Colorado with my son or daughter. I'm going to Colorado with my cousin, right? I'm so excited for this experience. It's going to be amazing. I'm wondering if you would like to be part of helping me with this experience. Here's how you can help. You could be a prayer partner, or you can donate financially to this. So having an ask like that goes a big way. People understand, especially with COVID right now, that the cost of everything for us to do things, right? The costs increase every year. And the other big thing too is people want a chance to give back in a small way. It's a great opportunity for them to do that. So like I said, I'll email all of that information tomorrow. But adults, if you can be helpful too in sharing with your family and friends as well that this experience is happening, One of the things that we really like to do is make sure that every kid who wants to go on a trip is able to go. We have generous donors here at Trinity, which is why a lot of times we have a plethora of youth who end up not needing to pay for their summer experience, just because we want to scholarship them, because we know that traveling together and having these life-changing experiences is so important. So one of the ways we do that is through events like the Giving Tree. And like I said, it's simple. It's really quick online. So, and it's less of a worky fundraiser. The other fundraiser coming up is the Trinity Garage Sale. More details to come on that as the Children, Youth, and Family team sits down and talks about that in the next month of how the garage sale will look. That will be one where if you are local, and or if you would like to drive in for the weekend, those of you who are out of town, and adults too will need lots of help pulling off the garage sale this year. So I'll be really looking to you to help on that Saturday of the garage sale. I know with work schedules, helping with donation times isn't always feasible, but that Saturday that we do the garage sale, we would love extra adult help, making sure that event can happen seamlessly. And that's one where you sign up hourly for shifts, and then that money that you hourly will go towards you individually on the trip for fundraising. So that's the other fundraiser we have. The garage sale, Liza, great question. Let me look in my calendar really quick. I will pull it up in a hot minute.
When is it, Chris?
May 22nd is the Saturday of the garage sale. May, not 222, but May 22nd. May 22nd is the garage sale. And so the 2 days before that, there will also be shifts available for youth to come in and sign up to work, or adult leaders if you are available in the evenings for shifts. I know Chris Swanson and I deeply appreciate not having to live here for the entire weekend. I will also not be able to help lift or do 90% of what I usually do for the garage sale, just because I will be very along in my pregnancy. So I will be pointing and telling you where to put things and trying to scoot on a chair, maybe. We'll see how I do. But we look forward to that every year. It's a really great fundraiser, and youth significantly benefit from working that one as well. So, and that you can also donate your stuff. If you're like, I got this stuff that I cleaned out from my closet during COVID that's sitting there still in my closet, you can bring your stuff. No, you do not get a financial contribution for donating, but the stuff goes to the financial contribution. I have been asked that question before. I brought 20 things. Do I get $20? No, but thank you for bringing your things. I appreciate it. I will sell your things, or I will take them to my home. Your trash becomes my treasures, right? That's how I love to look at garage sales. So that's coming up as well. We have a very fast time to prepare for this trip. Along with COVID and safety stuff for next meeting, we're also going to be talking about packing list pretty quick, so you feel prepared in what items you would like to bring on this trip. Sky Ranch does an amazing job of preparing groups for a backpacking experience. So please do not fret about, oh no, I don't have XYZ thing when you see the packing list, because I guarantee you somebody coming on this experience probably has something they can lend you that will work great. So that packing list will come very shortly, even maybe before the next meeting, so you can review it. And then if you've got questions on it, we'll talk about those at the meeting just to expedite time as well over Zoom. So those are the main things that I have to share with you today. This meeting is recorded again, which is nice for our friends who maybe were not able to attend over Zoom. I really hope to get almost everyone on here by our next meeting, and there will be a text reminder the next time. I just need to go back in and reset that up, as I figured out today, like at 9, I cannot access this like I thought I could. So that will happen as well. Because we only have a couple meetings, the more you can be here, the better, the more prepared you will feel. before you get in a van at 5 a.m. the day you leave for the trip, let me tell you. Because we here at Trinity really believe in knowing and loving each other very well before we leave together. So that van travel is like sitting next to your best friend and not sitting next to somebody that you've never met before and don't know how to talk with them. But then discover you both like Mamma Mia, and then you're best friends, I guess, forever. So sometimes that happens. Not in my experience, well, but sometimes. So that is what I have for information today. I know it's like a fire hose, friends. I promise it will get more easily digestible as we go forward. Does anyone have other questions today that you're like, I just want to bring this up just so we're aware or want to think about that going forward? Jake Torres.
I have, you had asked about that doctor sign off. How soon does that need to be in your hands? You said that they got to have that 6 weeks before. Is that going to need to be handed to you by our next meeting or so?
Yes, for sure. By our next meeting, if that can be sent to me in the mail or it can be scanned with PDF to me too over email, that's just fine. If you're like, I got this done and I don't have time to drop it by the church, you can always scan it and email PDF. That's just fine as well. Yes, I'm going to be checking those off here soon and letting you know, hey, I need your paperwork. So if you need to piecemeal it to me too, that's fine. I do like when I get it all together at once. That's typically the most helpful because then I can just go boom, 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 done. So
as we're asking our physician, you're just really asking for current immunization?
Yep. Everything there is on the forms that you fill out of what they need. So a lot of times too, if you've had like an updated doctor's appointment, you can drop it by your clinic's front desk and the nurse will fill it out really quick and call you when it's ready. At least that's the way it has typically worked when I've needed updated stuff for my kiddo or myself.
I was just going to highlight that with Elise recently had an appointment and we were just discussing about the fact that you can send a message to your doctor if you're a mail, like through a portal, and they'll get the documentation. They can even sometimes email it to you. But so if you've recently had an appointment, you should be able to do it quite easily to get like Kate said, the paperwork that you need where a doctor signs off in quite a timely manner. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Were you serious about 5 a.m. or not? Was that a joke?
Yeah.
Elise wants to know.
Not talk because
Elise wants to know.
Coffee is vital to the survival of the trip happening. At least it is when I run a trip. So
don't worry, I got it covered.
Starbucks on the way out of town. So that can happen. I mean, it's up to your mom, Elise.
We'll put it in our schedule. Okay, we'll add it to our timeline for the day.
At the next trip meeting, we'll also have some schedule reviewing just so everyone's on the same page about times because that comes up quick. And I know that people are anxious to put those exact times and things in their calendar. So I'm finalizing a couple things travel wise on my end, which is why you have not gotten a schedule yet. And Sky Ranch is finalizing some of the at camp schedule stuff as well. As like I said, as they go through their COVID stuff and things are changing really, really quick on the COVID end. So things that Sky Ranch has put out there that were a thing a month ago have changed already for Colorado health and policy guidelines. So they're adjusting, things could change as we know up until the week you get out there. And so just to be patient and understanding with the Sky Ranch staff is always my recommendation because they're doing the best they can to make sure counselors stay healthy and safe all summer with incoming groups. As we know, when you travel from state to state, each state has done things very differently for COVID regulations. So we'll kind of come up with our own Trinity guidelines of how our group will interact together. and then go from there. And so that's kind of how we'll progress. And then Sky Ranch has their stuff and we'll adapt to how they're doing things for the week, because we love our partner ministry groups. They make life awesome. And these counselors work really hard all summer to be such good faith influencers, and we want to respect their time and their health and safety stuff as well. So it's going to be such a good trip, you guys. I'm so excited. So excited. And we have a lot more friends joining us. So we have a healthy mix of wonderful youth across the grades, I'll just add, and we have an abundance of amazing adult leaders across the age gamut as well. So I'm very excited for this group. You guys are going to have such an amazing time while you're out there. And I'm very deeply jealous that I am not going on this trip with you, because there's nothing I love more than waking up and drinking coffee to a mountain view. That is where I see God. Let me be honest. So the one bummer part about Sky Ranch, I will say, is your last coffee shop stop is about a couple hours before you get up the mountain, so that I can work that into the schedule if need be of where that is. But then Sky Ranch kind of has their own coffee brew, which is amazing. Like, they do really good beverages there, let me just say. But it's some fun stuff. So yeah, we'll do packing list stuff at our next meeting, and make sure that you feel comfortable and confident in the things that you may need to bring to make this experience awesome. If you don't have that item, we will make sure that you get that item, or we can help you figure out how to do that as well. But those are our things for our time today.
I can end our time in prayer if you're ready to wrap up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that sounds really good.
Okay, and of course, reach out to Kate if there's any other questions. Don't want to make things go too quickly, but reach out to Kate if you have any questions, and then we'll go from there. All right, please pray with me. Gracious Father, you are good. Thank you for giving us time to meet today, to get these ideas and thoughts about who is going on this trip, and learn more about that today, but also the ideas and thoughts and information about the trip itself, getting an idea of what it looks like, what it entails. And I just pray that our fundraising efforts are blessed in the weeks to come. And I pray that our meetings and garage sale and all of those times when we gather are blessed by you, so that we can become a stronger community together, that we'll get to know each other as friends, so that we can do your will out in the world, in our own homes, but also out in Colorado when we get there. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I appreciate it. Adult leaders, if you can stay on for just a second, we're going to just kind of talk over schedule for an adult leader meeting briefly. So,
all right.
Awesome.
All right. Bye, friends.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, I think we have everybody, don't we?
There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So obviously we don't have the whole adult leader crew here today, but hopefully by our next meeting, we do have all of you here. But I always think it is extra helpful to have just like an adult leader only time, where if there's stuff that you would like to discuss leadership wise, that can happen. So if we can set up a Zoom meeting in the next couple weeks, I think that would be super helpful. Does a Sunday afternoon, like after this time, work best for folks? Does that work? Okay, wonderful. All right. Well, I will send around 2 different meeting choices in a text, just so you guys have a choice if there is a Sunday conflict or something. That way you can make yourself available or pick the one that best works for you. And we'll do it on Zoom, of course, again, just because one of our adult leaders, Abby Bendorf, is in Madison, Wisconsin, and cannot hightail all the way here for stuff all the time. But she's really looking forward to the experience. She's a former Sky Ranch counselor, so she's very, very pumped to be coming on this experience with you guys.
Hey, would you remind me who the other adult leaders are? I'm thinking about who it is, but I think
so
you said Abby. Okay, keep
yeah,
going.
we have Karen, who's here with us today. Woohoo! We
Woohoo.
have Joan Dotson, who's here with us today.
Okay, super duper.
Eric Stevenson is coming along on this adventure. He works a ton at
Right, Quick Trip, right.
He may not be able to join for any Zoom meetings, but I guarantee you he is a wonderful asset and you will absolutely love traveling with him on this trip. He's a gem.
Yep.
He just works Saturdays and Sundays. That's kind of his thing at the Quick Trip. Liza's here with us today. Mr. Andy Malo is coming with us. He has journeyed to Colorado before, and he's absolutely fabulous as well. Elise is here today. Woohoo! Her mom is here today. Woohoo! And then we have Jake Jensen, who's here today, and Wes McMains is coming with, and his daughter Ava. So we're excited.
Okay.
Wes has also journeyed to Colorado before, so he is a lot of fun and enjoys. He probably will request Mamma Mia music as well. Him and I are good van buddies. Karen also knows Wes very, very well. He's a hoot. Abby Bendorf, like I said, I don't know if she'll go by Abigail. I've never called her Abigail in my life, but that's her formal name, I guess. But Abby will come with. Josh Williams and his son Layton are on this trip. Josh is super fun and is a hoot as well. If you don't know him outside of basketball coaching, he's a riot. So he is a hoot. He is one of my other favorite people to travel with. And Mr. Jake Torres.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a great crew. You guys are
Great
set
crew.
up for success.
Great crew. Mhm.
And I think one of the things that you can look forward to especially is the counselors at Sky Ranch want to make sure that you are having your cup filled as well. So there is a special adult leader Bible study time that you will get each morning. There is a special time for you to go on a hike and not be with kids. It's kind of incredible. And that's why I'm really jealous, because the counselors are like, we got the kids. And as adults, we can go, okay, bye for a little bit. It's very different than how a lot of our other Trinity trips work, where we're leading kids through things all the time. This trip is really geared for spiritual renewal and renewal of self as well. So you will really appreciate it. And the other thing I will say is these lovely kids, for them to get time with some of these college counselors without sometimes adult noise is really helpful for them as well too. We don't usually give them the space to do that. We're like, hang out with us. We love you all the time. So it's really good to get to know the other faces at Sky Ranch. But for you too, this has been a really difficult time with the pandemic and things. So if you're looking for some renewal and just to take a beat, it's a great trip to do that as well. While we're on the road traveling together, I'm sure Deacon Chris will have certain expectations of you. You will definitely be able to take a break driving the van. So that's what's extra nice about all these adult leaders is nobody will need to drive for more than 3 hours probably. We have two 12-passenger vans and a 10-passenger van to drive. We do not bring trailers on this trip because we couldn't make it up the mountain with a trailer. It would be in the membrane, that won't happen. But if you're not comfortable driving a 12-passenger van, I promise you the Fords from Keene Rental drive just like a minivan. So you're in good hands. It's super slick. They've got backup cameras. Typically, like, they're very nice vehicles to drive. And typically the kids, when they're high schoolers, are not super rowdy. Middle school trips, that would be a lot for me with rowdy children in the back of the van. High schoolers are much more into let's listen to music together and like play card games and things and really get how trips go. So you're in good hands that way. But all of this stuff we'll talk more about at the adult leader meeting. So
side note, I did learn that Nathan Bugler, Todd's son, was hired on staff at Sky Ranch. So we'll see another familiar face out there. So that'll be really great to see Nathan out there.
Super great.
It's
a fun time. All right, friends, I don't want to take up any more Zoom time, but I'm excited you guys are going. It's going to be a wonderful trip. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate your commitment and dedication to changing lives through summer ministry, because that's what we get to do this year. Woo-hoo! All right. We'll see y'all later.
All right, we'll see you later, friends.
Bye.
Chris, can you hold on?
Uh-huh.
Chris, can you hold on for a moment?
That's right.
All right.
That's right. We'll see ya.
All right. It'll record on your computer, Chris. So just
Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop recording. Yeah, I'll stop recording. Yeah. All right, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
chat real quick.
Yeah, chat. All right, bye-bye. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. Jake Therese. Did I?